All right, so today we're going to start looking at inequalities. So to kind of get us started, let's look at this table and talk about some of the common words and phrases that correspond to these mathematical inequalities. So we have our first one on our far left here is our less than symbol. So that would be one of the terms that we can use to describe it. Another term we can use here would be fewer than. So let's look at our next one here. We have our greater than symbol. So a term we can use here would be greater than. Another term we can use to describe it would be more than. Our next symbol here is our less than symbol with the line underneath, and that just means less than or equal to, so that would be a term that we can use to describe it. Another term we can use here would be no more than. And one more that we can use would be at most. And our last symbol that we have here is our greater than sign with the line underneath, and it just means greater than or equal to. So that would be one of the terms that we can use. Another term we can use here would be no less than. And our last one here would be at least. So again, these are just some common phrases that you guys might see when you're looking at these sentences. Mostly when we're looking at the inequalities themselves, you would say them, but you're not going to see them how you would spelled out in the sentence. So these are just something to keep in mind, and you guys can refer to these as you need when you're going through homeworks and stuff like that. So, all right, let's look at the next part. We have write an inequality for each sentence. So the DVD costs more than $15. So we're going to come up. We want to write an inequality. So I'm just going to use a variable here. We'll say D, since we're talking about DVDs. So it costs more than $15. That tells me I'm using my greater than symbol, greater than 15. And if you look, that was one of the terms that we coined right up above as one that we can use for this problem here. So next one we have a dog weighs less than 50 pounds. We have less than, that tells us we'll be using our less than sign. So again, we're talking about dogs, so I'll just use the variable D, variable, then we have our less than symbol, and it's 50 pounds. So D is less than 50. Our next one says Amelia sold more than 40 magazines. We have the term more than there. That means we're using the symbol greater than. So again, just come up with our variable, talking about magazines, so I'll use M here. M is greater than 40. Gino sent less than 35 texts yesterday. Less than tells us we're using our less than symbol. I'll use T as my variable. T is less than 35. And our last one here, you must be at least 18 years old to vote. Now be careful here. We have at least. If we look back up at our table, we can see that at least falls under our greater than or equal to symbol. So we're talking about, we'll just use V here as our variable. So V is greater than or equal to, and we have 18. Alright, so now we want to look at graphing inequalities. So our directions say graph each inequality on a number line. We have A is greater than 6. Remember guys, when you're reading these inequalities, if it's not in a sentence, if it's just how we have it up here for A, where it says A has the greater than symbol 6, it's not A greater than 6, it's A is greater than 6. Okay, so we cannot forget the is part when we're reading these inequalities. So when we're graphing it on a number line, I want you guys to pay attention real quick to what it says down here in the right hand corner. When inequalities are graphed, an open dot means the number is not included, which means we would use the less than or greater than sign. And a closed dot means it is included, which in that case we would use a less than or equal to or a greater than or equal to sign. So keeping that in mind, let's look at A. We have A is greater than 6. Our symbol, we have just a greater than symbol. It's not a greater than or equal to, it's just a greater than symbol. So that means we are going to put our open dot on the 6 on our number line, on the tick mark on our 6, and it's greater than. So that means we are going to be pointing our arrow from the open dot and to the right. You can make this line as thick as you want. I just need to know and be able to see that your arrow is going from that open dot at 6 and to the right, indicating that it is greater than. For our second one, we have x is less than or equal to -1. So we have less than or equal to, which means we're going to put a closed dot on our -1 tick mark on our number line. And it is less than or equal to. So our closed dot already tells us that it's included. The 1 is included here, and our arrow is just going to go to our left. Again, you guys need to make sure that you're making your arrows thick enough so I know which direction the arrow is pointing. Alright, for our next two, we have write an inequality for the graph. So, again, keeping in mind what we have down here. We have an open dot at 2, and our arrow is going to the right. So an open dot signifies that we're using either a less than or greater than sign. So we can just come up with any variable here. It doesn't matter which one you use. We'll just use x. So we have x. We know because of our open dot again that we're using a less than or greater than sign, but we see our arrows going to the right, which is indicating that it is greater than. So we use our greater than sign, and then 2. And for our last one here, we have a closed dot, which we know means we're either doing less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. So we'll start with our variable. We'll use a here. It's a closed dot with the arrow going to the right, so that means our inequality is going to be a is greater than or equal to -3.